Hi everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things. I just wanted to show you the progress on the wedding journal, or actually it's going to be a guest book for a wedding that I'm making for my daughter. Last time I showed you my inserts or signatures. I was debating on whether to do several or to put them inside of each other like this, more like a book setup. If I keep them individual, I'd have 5 or 6 signatures for this spine. So this is what I want to talk about today, but just to backtrack for a minute, I did take out a few. When I was going over these with my daughter Brooke, we decided that these didn't really work. There was too much navy here, and even though I thought overall the effect of the bigger flowers would counteract that, upon reflecting on that, we thought, yeah, that just takes the color scheme a different way. Her main colors are going to be kind of like gold, a coppery rust color like this, and like the guys are wearing gray pants, I think, and there'll be touches of brown and just sort of autumny colors, but not going the orange yellow element of fall colors. Anyway, so as much as we liked these, we decided that they just didn't quite work, and I just didn't like what I did to this one, and I didn't like how the glue dried on that. It's really a little bit overbearing, I felt like. So these 2 inserts are not going to be used, and I redid a couple. And then I just decided to go with a more simpler decoration. I just stuck this one in last night. I had added the washi to all the edges and then realized I had one more piece. So we may or may not use that. I think it's actually going to be more pages than we need for a wedding. It's not going to be a huge wedding. But this will give people, I guess, the opportunity to write a little more if they want, and for us to put in more photos. But like I said, like for example, I could just take that one out and would probably be okay. I'm planning on having black and white gel pen markers for people to sign, and she really likes this brown, and so we're starting with that. And I think I said last time, well, I don't know if I did or not, but I had put this on the wrong side. I wanted it on the rougher side, so the smoother side was open for writing, but I was out of this paper and she really likes that one, so we just bent it and are using it as the last page instead of what was going to be the first page. So that worked fine. This is also a paper she loves, this rose vellum. It's super reflective, I think, so I'll try not to keep that on the screen too long so it doesn't blind you. Anyway, I think we have decided to do it like this. So that could still change, but I like the bookish feel that is created with this versus sewing in smaller groupings. However, this book I selected has a wider spine. So what I did last night, actually I found this at the, I think it was Dollar General. We were out of town and we're waiting for our Chinese food to cook. And of course you couldn't wait in the restaurant, so we went to the next door, Dollar General, and I found this, and it's really pretty perfect. It's a cream color in this coppery rust, and it's got the gold writing, which actually won't end up showing, but so I bought it. It was just $2, and I gutted it last night. So basically, if you haven't done that, you're just opening up the front, and I took an X-Acto knife and sliced between the front cover and the first page, and thankfully it worked out pretty well. But then you have that raw edge and you have the exposed cardboard underneath. So I put in this scrapbook paper that I bought for her album but didn't end up using as a page. It kind of fits in with the little bit of rustic theme and colors, but it's just too big. I was thinking about this like all evening, even after I quit working on this. If I sew these in you can see that there's much more spine than there is book. So I'm a little bit at a dilemma. I think it would work, and I think the size of the book is pretty good. It's a little bit big, but not too much so. So that'll protect this. We want to have this at the beginning. And now I'm thinking that this and this maybe don't work so well together, so I may go back over this. But since that's so thick, let me show again. Can't grab that. There we go. I mean, it would work, but then what would happen is when it was open, there's going to be this big space right here. And on this side too, and I just don't, I like how that turned out. I think it turned out okay, but I didn't think would it go with that rose paper. And it's kind of wider than I think it needs to be, and it just might look kind of, I mean, obviously it's going to be a homemade book, but it might look a little bit too homemade. So I think what I'm going to do is get my knife, or this super duper Tim Holtz Tonic Studios scissors. This works really nice for crafting. I think I'm going to cut this so it'll be two pieces, and what I'll do is overlap. So just picture it sliced down the center, and then I'm going to set one on the other so that this overall spine, which looks like it's about 1 inch, will be more like 1/2 of an inch. And then the signature sewn in will only take up part of that space, so it can still expand, but it won't look like it's lost in there. So it'll be a better balance, I think. And then the only other option would be to sew in groupings of these. So for example, we might do two together, and then so maybe 3 groups of 2 or something like that, or 4 groups of 2. So they would all have a stitching in the center, and then that would fill up the spine much more. Let me show you what I mean, in case you're interested in doing something like this. So actually, when I take out that one, that would work perfectly. So we'd have 3 groups of 2, which is still the same amount of pages overall, and we could sew them in like that. So instead of one big group, there's 3 signatures. Those little booklet sections inside are called signatures, if you're not aware of that. That was something I learned along the way. So that would actually fill up my spine pretty well. And I'm almost wondering if that would be better than cutting this apart and trying to reconfigure it. And it becomes such a project when you keep doing that, because then you're covering up seams and trying to, I don't know, it just keeps like it just won't end. Like even here, I put this paper here to cover up the raw cardboard, but now I have this edge. So what I was going to do with that is put some of this gold washi on there, for example. I'll just show you what I'm talking about and give it a more clean finish look. But then if I cut this and glue it, then I'm going to have another raw edge that I'm going to need to hide, although it's going to be tucked in here. It may not be that visible on the inside of the book, but then I'm thinking, okay, on the outside of the book, then I'm going to have an overlapped thing. So maybe that isn't the best option. I thought this gold lettering was good. She doesn't really want that to show. So my next point of decision is how many signatures, and okay, so if I whether I do 1 or 3 like this, she wants to have a ribbon covering up that writing. I'm planning on attaching one of those kind of decorative tassels, and that would look good, and I thought would cover up most of that. And I think she wants the tassel. I've gotten some neat beads at Joann's to make that with, but she just doesn't want that showing. And I thought it would mostly be hidden with a long tassel, but she doesn't want that, which is fine. So I think I need to go around this with either a cream ribbon that matches this that we've used on the bouquets, or one of the ribbons I purchased for this. And backtracking way of saying, I need to determine the ribbon and glue the ribbon on so it's inside of this spine, the inside of the spine, before I attach these, because when the ribbon would come around, it would be difficult to tuck it in under there. So I think it'd be better just to get that done first, giving myself enough room where the ends of the ribbon will be hidden by the inserts. So let's just page through how this might be having them in groups of 2. I'm actually thinking I'll go that way. Again, just to review the rougher pages, they will be able to be written on. It's got like a linen looking texture, if you can't see that on the camera. I'll have white, these Uniball Signo UM153. These are like a white gel pen. I really, really like using these on craft paper. And sometimes in my Bible journaling. Anyway, so you can write on it. Like this you probably wouldn't write on. We'll probably put a photo there. So there'll be places to write as well as some decoration with the photos. And as I page through this, you can see how I finally decided on the just simply using washi tape for the most part. A couple embellishments here and there, but not overdoing that. And if she wants more, I will go back and add some. I want to make sure these are down. That one was kind of bubbly. So we would have this, 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 and this. And then the next one would be this. This is her favorite. The floral on the wood and the brown and this, like I call it antique gold. It's got a little bit of rusticness to it. This, 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 and this. This is one little dilemma. This is another shiny page, as you can see. Well, I'll get that off there. Ribbon and washi here. So 3 inserts may make it where it's a little easier to open it up and write. The only element of this that is a little bit different is that the silver page, gold, obviously gold, page was going to be in the very center, and I was going to hide the stitching in there and glue that together. And so this would just be an accent page, which it still can be, or it can just be one of the pages, and I'll just add washi to that. So she's at work now. I may need to wait. The other option is to, in order to make that just at least the centerpiece, I can put that there, the center of the middle thing. Actually, I like that because then it will start with the brown and it will end with the brown, and then a cream insert will be in the center. So I probably will wait till she gets home from work to go any further, but I am going to go ahead and, well, yeah. So I want to make sure that's okay with her. I don't really think she's going to care. I mean, she knows what she likes color-wise, but the final setup, I think she is okay with me deciding. The only thing is this. At the beginning, I just don't think works as well with this. This is like really elegant, and this is more the rustic subdued, so we could, now I'm messing up my whole order here, put that together in the middle. So we would have the brown, this, with that pretty gold one in the middle, and that there. Or aren't you having fun watching me ramble here? Or put that there. I just don't think they go with that paper. I may need to recover that. So anyway, that's going to be my next step, is deciding on the order. I'll confirm with her that 3 signatures versus 1 is okay. I think she'll be fine with that because she wants that stitching showing anyway on the back. I'll just need to select a different paper to kind of finish this off here. And I think what would work is if I do the ribbon, so it's going to glue here, come around the outside, glue here, then I'll put that second piece of paper over that matches a little better, and that will hide the ends of the ribbon. I think we're going to do that. So thank you for watching. This is just a little step-by-step of my thinking process and assembling of my daughter's wedding guest book for October. I will show you the next step when I get to it. So that will be after I've sewn on the ribbon and sewn in the signatures. And we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.